Welcome back everyone. Today we're gonna be talking about the K-class scenarios in the SCP Foundation. A comprehensive list of K-class scenarios. K-class scenarios are hypothetical situations that could have drastic effects on normality or reality, including the end of the world. The Foundation games out what can happen in these events, and authors on the wiki often reference these contingency plans, or times they have failed. This collaborative page exists to document all K-class scenarios used on the wiki. Disclaimers. There is no canon definition for any K-class scenario. This page should not be seen as a canonical resource. Please do not hassle authors for misusing these scenarios. This list is meant to be descriptive, not prescriptive. Definitions are based on usage in articles, not what anyone thinks they should mean. For earlier lists with invented definitions, scroll down. Scenarios with multiple uses. Each of these letter combinations have been used at least twice on the wiki. They are presented alphabetically by K-class followed by non-K designations and oddities. GH gets to be special by seniority. For one of scenarios and versions seen only in JS, scroll down. Scenarios with S have appeared at least 5 times with a consistent definition. Scenarios with S have appeared at least 10 times with a consistent definition, and could be considered well established.
Also, you have to pay me fine.
A K-class end-of-the-world scenario related to a mimetically spread behavior or madness could be apocalyptic, e.g. people prioritize the behavior over eating or survival, or just radically reorient society around the behavior. A DK-class complete anomalous destabilization scenario. A general scenario which occurs when the anomalous reclaims the Earth. Typically occurs 1 to 3 years after an unspecified human extinction event or SK-class dominance shift. CK-class restructuring scenario. Reality is changed by a deity or reality bender or retrocausal altering of history or etc. These can be radical, broad changes representing a true end of the world or small localized changes. See also RK. EK-class end of human consciousness. Total loss of human consciousness, sometimes just obliterated due to complete mimetic replacement or corruption. See also MK, EDK. GH-ODID greenhouse scenario, originally appearing in the Marianas Trench document, where it meant that humans are endangered or extinct but Earth is still fit for habitation. Usage of G-class scenarios in SCPs is inconsistent but usually involves habitability. HK-class deific subjugation scenario. A god shows up and takes over. IK-class collapse of global civilization scenario. Civilization collapses. LK-class species transmutation scenario. Something about humanity is altered. MK-class end of human consciousness scenario. Total loss of human consciousness. See also EK. NK-class Grey Goo scenario. A self-replicating SCP or object reproduces out of control, causing contamination to the planet, filling or replacing the world with itself, or similar situations. Named for a hypothetical scenario where self-replicating nanomachines malfunction and turn the whole world into goo. PK-class all-in-one existential pandemonium event. An event in which a hyperreal consciousness collapses all hyperrealities into the same metaspace, resulting in total narrative collapse from incomprehensibility and annihilation of consciousness. QK-class quantum degeneracy end-of-the-world scenario. A specific physics-based end-of-the-world. For other physics-based EOTW, CVK, ZK, and YK. AK-class restructuring scenario. Primary definition. Interchangeable with CK-class. See the definition. SK-class dominance shift scenario. Another species or civilization surpasses humanity as dominant species, or vice versa. TK-class causal restructuring event. A massive CK-class restructuring took place that resulted in the breaking and repair of the timeline. But like a broken vase, the repair timeline is flawed, with events that don't line up and things that happened without a cause. UK class scenario.
No consistent usage.
Ring-a-ring-a-rosies, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down.
Assorted physics EOTW.
Alternative titles. VK class end of the world event. VK class hazard. VK class localized dimensional collapse scenario.
No single consistent usage, but basically always used in physics-heavy articles. See also ZK, YK, and QK. WK class mass extinction event. One or multiple non-human species become extinct. XK class end of the world scenario. Most common and broadest meaning. Covers just about any apocalypse. Religious apocalypse, humanity destroyed, Earth destroyed, the universe destroyed, etc. Some XK scenarios may fit well under other scenarios, such as ZK, but these definitions aren't mandatory. Needs update. XK class solar singularity scenario. A scenario in which the sun undergoes a solar singularity event, causing it to convert all living things its light touches into gelatinous monsters that combine and blend with each other. Assorted physics EOTW. Alternative titles. YK class entropic annihilation event. YK class end of the universe scenario. YK class reality restructuring event. YK class restructuring scenario. YK class vacuum decay. Basically always a physics-based apocalypse, usually has a specific sub-designation. See also ZK, VK, and QK. ZK class reality failure scenario. Reality is fundamentally broken or eliminated, usually due to physics stuff or an SCP that annihilates things by nature. Sometimes this happens in a limited localized area, originally used in physics-heavy articles, but may have graduated to broader use. See YK, VK, and QK. K-class extradimensional diplomatic breakdown scenario. Diplomatic relations with a powerful extradimensional organization, e.g., the Three Moons Initiative, break down. Lifted veil scenario or broken masquerade scenario. The Foundation or anomalous become public knowledge. See the broken masquerade canon for a possible aftermath. A-class Allison Eckhart. Allison Eckhart breathability scenario. Primary definition. Allison Eckhart. Bi-class before invasion scenario. A K-class scenario, particularly an invasion from another dimension, is imminent. CDK class in one-offs. Russian K scenario list. CC class collapse of chemistry scenario. The laws of physics are altered in a way so that the chemistry relying on the carbon element no longer provides the conditions suitable for creating life. Unspecified K-class needs update. Scenarios that have only appeared in one article. As class normalcy alteration scenario, the lives of people are altered significantly by non-anomalous things such the internet. AU class end of the world scenario, the result of testing SCP-475 with Australian Church of Australia's religion. BB class universal formation event, the creation of the universe in a Big Bang scenario. CCK class copyright infringement lawsuit scenario, the SCP Wiki is sued out of existence in real life. DK class reality invasion, K class invasion scenario. Entities from another universe, e.g., Nazis decide to conquer our universe. PT class split timeline scenario. Rare and non-apocalyptic event in which the timeline branches into two parallel causalities, most frequently caused by the malfunction of temporal distortion engines. EIK class informational breakdown scenario. One or more methods of information transfer become irreparably compromised. EP class thought tyrant scenario. A significant part of human thinking is dominated by a single entity, group of person. Gimel class mass dementia scenario. Not applicable. Kadudmurung scenario. Not applicable. Interreality paradox scenario. Not applicable. MF class build milk scenario. Witnessed only in a dream. Based on the archetype of the flood, a biblical flood composed of milk. OK class metaphysical collapse. Not applicable. PHK class Spectre Storm multiplanetary attack scenario. Not applicable. Pint class paradoxical time breakdown scenario. An event where a harmful time paradox has occurred causing time and/or the timeline to be broken. Shin Sophist global religious dissolution scenario. The subversion or dismantlement of humanity's religious institutions and dogmatic beliefs in Marseille. SK class invasion scenario. A scenario when an extraterrestrial species invades or intercepts humanity. SMK class one versus everyone scenario. A single entity perceives the Foundation as a threat and attempts to destroy it in its entirety, resulting in a breach of the veil. Class TCF total contaminant failure. Not applicable. K class crowning of death scenario. The inadvertent containment breach of SCP-4260, resulting in universal supremacy of death and the probability of life's continuation becoming approximately 0. K-class scenario. Not applicable. Class end of the world scenario. Not applicable. K-class scenario. Not applicable. Vexed class chronography change scenario. A temporal paradox is formed, altering the present timeline due to actions in the past. OO class ontological shift scenario. Not applicable. FK class broken foundation scenario. The destruction or failure of an anomaly management group, typically resulting in other K-class scenarios. UZ class Grey Goo scenario. Not applicable. Tashkent class cross-pollination scenario. The imminent alteration of reality or destruction of all human life, caused by the interaction between two anomalous entities of extreme difference in type. K-class lack of consistency scenario. Occurs when all consistency within the Foundation fails. Thanks for watching.